Good day, students. The previous class recorded session have been uploaded to the YouTube and it's shared to your WhatsApp group. So kindly check that out. So today we are going to see about exception handling. Okay, this comes under unit 3, but actually we need to know about this one before other topics. So that's why I am going to discuss about exception today, because each and every program needs to have exceptions, because there are lot of mistakes we do unknowingly in the programs. So to handle those kind of errors, we need to use the exception handling which is provided in Java as well as C++. So exception is available in C++, Java and other new languages, but it's not available for the older ones. Before getting to know about exception handling, we need to know about what is meant by exception first. An exception is an event that disrupts the normal flow of the program. If the program flow is interrupted, then it is said to be exception. Something malicious have been happened. You are a regular attendee to the class. One day you are affected by a fever. Then you cannot attend the class. You have been accepted from attending the class due to the fever. So the normal flow of your life is being affected there. Okay, when something is happening and it interrupts the normal flow of our life or the program, then it is said to be an exception. It is actually an event. Event means occurrence at a time. So an exception is defined as an event that disrupts or interrupts the normal flow of the program. Exception is an object which is thrown at runtime. During the runtime, when the exception is occurred, the object will be thrown so that the program can understood there is some problem in the flow of the program. So it interrupts the flow, it avoids going to the next line, and it shows an exception or error. Exception handling in Java is one of the powerful mechanism to handle the runtime errors, so that the normal flow of the application can be maintained. Okay, exception means disrupting the normal flow of the program. Exception handling means we are handling the exception, which means we are allowing the normal flow of the program. Okay, we are allowing the normal flow of the program, so the disruption is terminated by using the exception handling. So what is meant by exception handling? Exception handling is a mechanism to handle runtime errors such as class not found exception. Okay, if you are naming a class as A, okay, but you are creating an object for B. B is not valid one. B is not a class. So it shows class not found exception. The next one is IO exception, input output exception. Whenever we enter some value to the program, or we are trying to print some values from the program, this exception may occur. SQL exception comes from the database. Remote exception, these are all the exceptions which occur during the remote connectivity between two computers or two nodes. Client and server mechanism. Okay, client needs to communicate with server. Server may not be available, then there will be some remote exceptions, and there are so many exceptions like divide by zero exception, variable not found exception, and array bound of exception. Okay, there are so many exceptions to know. We will discuss it in the later session. Advantage of exception handling. So as I already told you guys, we are maintaining the normal flow of the application even there is an exception occurs during the runtime. An exception normally disrupts the normal flow of the application. That is why we need to have exception handling mechanism in our program. So let's consider a scenario. Statement 1, statement 2, statement 3 and statement 2, statement 10, and there is an exception occurs at statement 5. So if there is no exception, the statement 4 will be executed and the process will be terminated over here. Okay, there are 10 statements and the exception occurs at statement 5. These 4 statements will be executed when the compiler or during the runtime the statement 5 is occurred, right? It's working and it throws some exception, so these will not work. Exception occurs, the flow of the program will be terminated. So, and I gave some few statements in the note session. Please look into that theoretical part. Difference between checked and unchecked exceptions. There are so many exception types. IO exception, SQL exception, array index out of bounds exception, arithmetic exception, null pointer exception, out of memory exception, virtual machine error, assertion error. There are a lot of errors and exceptions, but these exceptions comes under 3 categories. The first one is checked exception. we know there will be some error in that class or in a statement. So we will put the checked kind of exceptions, and it will be checked at the compile time itself. Okay, not at the runtime. It will check at the compile time itself. The classes that directly inherit the throwable class except runtime exception and error are known as checked exceptions. Okay, we are expecting the exception. Okay, we are expecting the exception to take place. So that's why it is called checked exception. The next one is unchecked exception. These exceptions will occur only at the runtime and not at the compile time. Okay, it will be thrown only at the runtime. That is why it is called unchecked exception. We cannot assume there will be some error, so there will be some exception to be handled. We cannot know about this kind of stuff, so that's why it is called unchecked exception. The classes that inherit the runtime exception are known as unchecked exceptions. For example, arithmetic exception, null pointer exception. Okay, null pointer exceptions, it also called the memory leak. Okay, if the pointer doesn't have any value, then it is called as null pointer exception. Okay, so to avoid the memory leak concept, we can use the null pointer exception, so that the program will be very good. So array index out of bounds exception, in the previous class, I think in the previous class or the day before yesterday, we have discussed about this concept, array index out of bounds exception. We have been trying out few codes. Eventually it ends up with some errors during the runtime. So that error, it is called array index out of bounds exception. So if we use that, use this one at that program, then there will be no errors and it will show the error in the program itself. Okay, so when we look into some coding part, we can understand what I want to convey to you. Okay, what I want to convey to you will be understand, or it will be understandable when we look into some programs. So unchecked exceptions are not checked at compile time, but they are checked at runtime itself. The third one is error. So error is eventually, it's a irrecoverable one. We cannot recover what just happened at that time. We need to digest with it. We need to live with it. Okay. Some example of errors are out of memory exception, virtual machine error, assertion error, and so many errors are there. So this type of exception cannot be handled at all. So if there is a error, it will be error. Okay, there is no exception handling. So we will try to run that program. So I am going to start run the program using the command prompt. First we need to open the command prompt, and then we need to set the path to the Java files from the C:, right? So hope you know, hope you remember those kind of stuff right now. Okay, so I think right, Java JAVA, but I used JAWA. Somewhat there is some errors, right? So I'm checking the directory. There are a lot of files over there. So we will create one file to run this program, but maybe we can use the previous one, right? We can use exception over here, so that the array index out of bounds exception can be handled over here. So before that, we will check what it's been happening inside a simple Java exception example. Okay, so Java exception example, it's the name of the file, so we need to save it as Java exception example jcaps, ecaps, and again ecaps. Okay, Java exception example dot java. So normal text file, and we are saving it. So the compiler, it's working over here. So we will try to set the path over here, path// program file / java / jdk 14.0.2 / bin / right. So I am compiling the Java C, whether it's the path is working or not right now. So yeah, it's working. Okay, so we will try to run it, Java exception example.java. So if we need to compile it, we need to use the keyword Java C and then file name with .java as an extension. So we are running it. Okay, there is no error right now. So we are going to execute. So this is what it does. So if we don't have any exception over here, we will try to put a right. So everything is commented over here. So we will okay, I think it needs to be there, right? So this one and that one and this one and that one, right? Okay, it works. So we will save it and we again compile it, Java C, Java exception example.java. So next we will run it. So it shows error. Okay, in the previous one you can see there is no any big lines, right? Exception in thread main java.lang.arithmetic exception by divided by 0, right? / by divided by 0. Okay, so at Java exception example at main, there is a problem with at the fifth statement. Okay, fifth statement, and this is the fifth statement with which has some error. So if we didn't handle that error, the rest of the code will not work. Okay, this is what I need to convey to you. If the exception occur at a statement, then the rest of the statement will not work at all. You can see in the previous result, java.lang.arithmetic exception divided by 0, and rest of the code is executed. Okay, so we are removing the comment, we are saving it again. So again we are compiling it, whether it's working or not. Right now we need to check it. So Java exception example, so it works, right? The rest of the code is working. So without the exception, there will be some error and it won't work. Okay, this is called runtime error. So the error is handled at here. I hope you can understand. If you have any doubts, you can ask me right now. So if you are using null, right? we will try with a null. So we need to catch the exception. Right, null pointer exception where it has null pointer exception. We are copying it over from here and we need to paste it over here. Okay, we need to put a new catch file to handle this new one. Okay, so null pointer exception we are cutting from here and we are pasting over here. System.out.println E, right? So we are saving it and then we will compile it and then we will, okay, there is some errors. Catch without try. Okay, so there is only one try, so I think okay, we will use another try over here. Yes, we will save it and we will compile it again. So try without catch, finally catch without try. Okay, so again we will move this one, right? Null pointer exception is here, so we will put it over here. We will save it and we will again try to compile it. Okay, so there is no error. So for this try we used catch over here, and for this try we have used catch over here. So this is nested try. Okay, nested try or nested exception handling. So again we are running this file. So it shows rest of the code arithmetic exception divided by 0. So string s equal to null pointer exception needs to work over here, but I think it doesn't have any exceptions, so it's been working, but I think there is a problem. Try catch for this try and we use this catch. So even this rest of the code program, it's not working over here. So we will put as E1 and E1. So we will again compile it and then we will try to run it. So I think a few lines is not working. Actually this one is working, arithmetic exception is working, but null pointer exception is not working at all. Null pointer exception E1, right? Actually there is no errors, but it shows error. I think it needs to show some errors. Yes, there is some errors. It shows like it's the variable is not over here. Again we will put null, otherwise we won't initialize it. So again we will try to compile it. S dot length have been initialized, might not have been initialized. Okay, so what it happens if you put double quotes over here, it needs to be empty. Okay, so it's not working at all, the catch doesn't work. we will look into this. If we have time, we will look into right now and right away, so that there will be no doubts at all. So this one is not working right now. That is, null pointer exception is not working. Try catch finally is used to as a program decides whether the exception is handled or not. Throws is to declare exceptions. If this way there will occur exception in method. It does not allow an exception. It is always used with a method signature. So try is exception code can to use try block alone. The try must be followed by either catch or finally. So try and catch block have been deployed. So try and catch, try and then catch. So this element doesn't work. Okay, we will come out of this area and we put like this. Now we will try to compile it. Okay, so after that we will run it. Okay, now it's been working. Okay, nested try is not working properly. I don't know why. My compiler is not supporting the nested try. Okay, this is working. I think we will put like this inside this try. Okay, now we will save it. Again we will compile it. Right, rest of the code is working but the exception is not shown over here. We will try, maybe we will try with another exceptions. So this is array index bound of exception. So we will try to use this code inside our catch. So we will change this one to here, array index out of bounds exception. I think there is some space, but there isn't any space at all. So Java exception example, we will copy the name and we'll paste the name. So we will put on over here. So differentiate with the previous one. So we will put one over here. We will save it and we will try to run it. Java example one.java. Sorry, Java Java exception example one.java. So again go to Java exception example 1. Okay, so it shows the same thing. The what you call that, this one it's not working at all. Nested try is not working. So again we are trying to keep it in as a separate try block and you will try it. Okay, it works, right? Index out of bounds for length 5. So now it's working, right? So try within another try it's not working properly. Maybe there is some problem with the compiler I am using. Actually nested try is more efficient way to handle more number of catches. So as well as we can use the throw option to handle the problems, to handle the exceptions in the class. Okay, so these are the keywords. Okay, we are having nested try over here. We will look into the nested try. So these are the few keywords, right? Try, catch, finally, throw, throws. So try means where the exception is going to be occurred. That's called try. So catch means each and every try block there should be a catch block to handle that exception. So how we are going to handle the exception, it will be given in the catch. Finally means if there is no catch block is working for the particular exception, then that exception will be handled by finally. Okay, the next one is throw. Okay, throw is a keyword which is used to throw an exception, and throws means multiple exceptions can be thrown. Okay, so these are the basic keywords which needs to be known before entering into the coding part. So I think we cannot handle that one because each and everything it's in table. Okay, so we will copy over here and we will paste it in Word. Yeah, usually my system gets hanged when I use intensively, but this is not the intensive process, right? This is very basic one and essential one, but mine is very old. It belongs to 2014, I think. So very poor processor, i3 4th generation. So eventually it takes a lot of time. Okay, so sorry for that. So we will cut over here and we'll paste that over here. Okay, now it looks good. Okay, so we will keep it over here and we will enhance some spaces for the table, and we will reduce spaces for the keyword, right? We will increase. Okay, this one will be good. Okay, so this will be shared in your WhatsApp group so that you can know about Java handling very easily. So try, there are few try blocks, try and try and try. I think we used 3 tries. The first one is closed, so the third one is closed over here, and we use the catch exception over here, and for this one we are having a catch, and for the first one we are having a catch over here. Okay, so this is a Java nested try, but we tried to do the same one, but it's not worked for us. So okay, we will copy this one, nested try block, this code. Okay, we will copy it and we will create a new notepad ++ file. So we paste the code, we will copy the class name and we will save it, Control S. Okay, and we are pasting the class file name, and we are using the .java extension file for our program, and after we saved, it shows with the compiler options. Okay, so for this try block we are having this catch block, for this try block we are having this catch block, and for the first one we are having a catch block over here. So we saved it, so we will try to compile it and then run it. Nested try block.java, then we will run it. Nested try block, yeah, it works fine, right? You can see the exceptions have been shown over here. Okay, going to divide by 0 and it shows some error and it's been working. Try, okay, try block, we use the same one, right? But okay, what we have done so far, what mistake we made? So this is not working. Why it's been opened? I didn't want to open this. Okay, so this doesn't work in the previous way, so we used like this. Okay, try catch and try and then catch. This one is working, so we will save it. So try catch and try and then catch. Okay, so this worked properly. So now what we are going to do is, inside the try we will put the catch block. Okay, so we will save it, Java C example1.java. It's a startup page. I think I forgot to upload it into that playlist, so I will do that eventually. So done, it's unsaved. Okay, so now the playlist have been updated. Okay, you can find out over here in this playlist. You can find it over here. So maybe I can share this playlist itself. Okay, now before closing this session, I will conclude with a last program. So if you look into this try and then we are using a try block. Okay, try and then try. Okay, we will run it right now. Java C exception, Java C, Java exception example 1.java. So there is no error. Java exception example 1. Okay, it's not showing at all. So now we will try like this. Okay, I think the exception have been created over here, so that's why the exception is not handled, right? So now we are having a try and then we are having this one. Okay, now we will save it and again we will compile the exception program. Now we will try to run it. Okay, now it's working. Very cool, right? So now it's working. So in the previous one, the exception is jumped, I think, right? I think they are okay. We will look into the previous line. Okay, I think this is the previous one. The exception is secured over here, and it's okay. Now I understood. Okay, the exception is secured over here. Okay, exception is occurred, and it skipped the lines. And it went to the this part. Okay, arithmetic exception. Okay, it went to the arithmetic exception. That's why it's not worked at all. Okay, and the program is executed, right? Jumped here. Okay, so that's the difference. Okay, so there is a problem with this code, but here there is no problem because this is try and another try. Okay, so this is nested try right now. Okay, this is also nested try, but the second try it's not working completely. Okay, but here in this part of the program you can look into the try part, and after again the try part is been working. So so what it's been happening means if the exception is occurred, it pass the exception handling. Okay, it pass the content to the exception handling. so that the set of statements between the try and catch block is exempted. Okay, so the exception handling is working in that way. Okay, so we need to understand how it works so that we can handle exceptions very effectively. Okay, so this is called nested try. So you can look into the programs which are available in this link. There are a lot of programs regarding the keywords used in exception handling. Exception handling is very important question which can be asked in your exams. So kindly go through the link. If you have any doubts, please ask me. Okay, so for the conclusion part, this is a very important question, so you need to remember about the exception handling, and this is very important for your life too. Okay, so that's it fellas for today. If you have any doubts, you can ask me right now.